Hi, I'm Derek. I'm the video game nerd.
What's up, guys? I'm Kelsey. I love speaking about books. I love speaking about board games, and we're so excited to have you on this podcast with us.
She's the book girly.
He calls me the book girly. I feel like there's more to me, though, guys.
This podcast is going to be everything to do with video games and books, but also with some stuff like board games. We'll play some on screen. We'll also talk about them, and then witchy shit like tarots or gems or whatnot. So stick around, but it's mostly going to be video games and book talk.
So you guys, we called this the Chaos Collective for a reason, and it's just because, like, between the two of us and our personalities and the things that we love, we honestly couldn't, like, even niche ourselves down. So there's a lot that we want to talk about. There's a lot that we want to share with you guys. So we're super excited to have you on this absolutely chaotic, unhinged journey with us. And we can't wait to dive in with you guys.
And speaking of chaotic, these are not mine. Neither of these are mine. Also, there's one over there off screen. None of these are mine. These are all hers. I don't have a water bottle. She has 3.
Where are my baddies with emotional support water bottles? Okay? I have to have my beverages. I have to have my drinks. And I get dehydrated really fast.
For me personally, I do a lot of Twitch streaming, twitch.tv/DeaterDad. Come check us out. We're doing a lot of dumb Roblox games. Dress to Impress. Shout out whoever knows about that. We do a lot of Dead by Daylight, so we've been playing a lot with like viewers and everything, doing that kind of stuff. So that's my other big passion is Twitch streaming. But yeah, I think we'll get right into it. First segment is going to be Geeky Book Club meets game night. So, biggest thing for me, my most exciting things right now, I'm looking forward to Resident Evil 9. If you guys don't know what that is, it's a horror video game, and it's going to be very exciting. It's supposed to revamp the series just like 7 did, so we'll kind of see. We're going back to Raccoon City, which if you know, you know. But I'm very excited. That's the one game. No other games are on my radar, but that game, I can't wait to play it.
He's been playing the first one lately, and I came in while he was playing and started watching, and it is a little unhinged, which is super on brand. Well, super on brand for us.
Well, the first one, like, the controls are rough, but it's fun. I mean, and I've also been playing Resident Evil 7 again on stream.
So I walk in, and he's playing Resident Evil, and there's like all sorts of like puzzles and things that just like go so far over my head. But I was like, I want to try. Like, I want to see. I'm not the video game girly. But he handed it to me, and he was like, the controls are a little rough on this. And I was like, I got it. I handed it back to him within 5 minutes. I was like, and I'm going to give that back to you.
Also, I'm sorry. It's the stupidest mechanic where you have to look at the key to figure out it's the shield key or the helmet key before you can use it. I cannot tell you.
Spoiler alert.
Okay. Yeah. Spoiler alert. Whatever. The game is like 30 years old at this point.
Okay. You didn't know it, though.
Well, what do you mean I didn't know it? I knew about it. I just didn't know I could play it because PlayStation had it.
I know, but you didn't know about the shield key.
Well, yeah, but no, that's what I'm talking about. It's the stupidest thing because you have to look at it in your inventory to figure out, oh, it's the shield key before you can use it.
He literally crashed out over this, you guys. Full-blown crash out over this. What's the phrase that you use? There's a phrase that you guys
crash
use.
Out. I'm about to crash out.
Locked yourself out.
Oh, soft lock. I thought I soft locked myself out of the video game.
And so what does that mean?
So soft lock means you can still run around the game, but you've essentially you can't progress anymore. Like you've essentially locked yourself out of the ending. Mm-hmm. Like you can still play the game and go to all the areas, but it's essentially you're just done. Like, you have to restart the game at that point because you don't have what you need.
Right.
Because I thought I messed up somewhere because I'm sitting here and I'm like, I need a helmet key, I need a chest plate key, I need a shield key, and you're telling me that I had to just look at it in my inventory before I could use it. That's BS. That's bullcrap. I hated that.
I literally watched this for like 20 minutes.
I crashed out. But anyway, on to the main topic, which is the episode title. This is our theme. Can characters truly change? Would you like to begin?
No, I'll let you start.
Okay. My answer is yes. And I'll give you a quote. This is from Parthenax in Skyrim. Spoiler alerts. Spoiler alerts for the following games. Skyrim, God of War, and then Ghost of Tsushima. This is the quote. What is better, to be born good or to overcome your evil nature through great efforts? I think it's through great effort. Through great effort or great efforts, whatever. Parthenax is a good example of this because, spoiler alert again, he was evil. He was the right-hand man of Alduin, and yet he still turned good. He overcame his evil nature through great efforts. The other person I have on my list is Kratos. He went from a rage-fueled god killer to a more reserved, emotionally complex character that's trying to break the cycle of violence. And he shows a lot of restraint, accountability, and the new God of War 2018 and Ragnarok, the whole theme is the struggle to change who he is the emotional core. And then Jin Sakai, he's the honorable samurai turned legendary ghost. So he's caught between tradition and necessity, which makes his choices alienate him from everyone he once served. So if you don't know, the guerrilla tactics and guerrilla warfare is not the samurai way. So that makes his, I think it's his uncle, makes his uncle pissed off. And you guys know the story if you played the game. If not, play the game, but you know the story. So I think yes. I think Arthur Morgan is another good one. Arthur Morgan, he's a cowboy who used to be a gang member, turned good. You know the story. Your turn.
Meanwhile, that just went completely over my head. So I'm going to talk about this from a book perspective. I have one other thing to say. What if I don't want to overcome my evils to be good? Where are my morally gray baddies at? So I am actually in the middle of my reread of Throne of Glass. I think the book community is crashing out so hard over that ACOTAR 6 draft that Miss Sarah J. Maas decided to throw at us on her, was it Instagram or something? This is where we have a whole other segment of trying to convince each other to read the book that I'm reading and him convince me to play the video game. So it's gonna be really funny once we try to incorporate both worlds together, because he says stuff that goes way over my head and I say stuff that goes way over his head. But I always find it so enjoyable to reread the books after you really get an opportunity to read the storyline through, and then you go back and watch the character development. For me, I love a good, just easy peasy, nice and chill book that doesn't have a lot going on to it, especially as a palate cleanser, right? But I love the emotional devastation of some of these character arc when they have their big growth moments, right? And so I will try really hard not to give too many spoilers, especially because I think he would enjoy it if he read it. But our starting book of Selena Sardothian, to where she moved towards by the time we got to Kingdom of Ash, it's actually mind-blowing going back to the beginning. And this is Throne of Glass is a 7-book series, and then there's a whole multiverse that comes from it. Kind of a spoiler alert, but not a spoiler alert, like these books have been out for a minute now. If you didn't realize that it was like a whole universe, then sorry. But Selena Sardothien, one of my absolute favorites, and I have really been invested this go around in Manon's character development and growth. And one of the characters that I think I really skipped over my first read was her second, Astrid. And just knowing what happens, especially in the last book, I just find myself clinging to these characters and crying over certain moments, knowing where they're headed. And I applaud authors and writers and creators that give us that such a storyline and such character development that when you go back to book one after you finish the series, right, and you start it all over and you're like, oh my gosh, I almost forgot that this is how we started the story. Like, I almost forgot that this is how she started literally in Andovier, right? And so that's one of my favorite things. I get a little bored if the characters are just stale and they don't grow and they don't improve and they don't have any of those moments, because that's just life, right? Like, we're constantly growing, we're constantly evolving. Like, I am not the same person that I was last month, much less 5 years ago.
I'm not the same person I was yesterday. But that's a separate issue.
Yesterday he was crashing out.
I feel like you'd really enjoy the Resident Evil series just for the fact of the character development and character arcs.
I watched some of the movies and I really enjoyed the movies, but he has like...
The movies are not the game. Okay? Like, okay, the not the newer movies they made, because the newer movies are based off the game, but the old school movies, what's the actress's name? I don't even remember. Natalie Portman? I don't know. That's not
Natalie
right.
Portman?
That's not right. That's Star Wars. I'm gonna get someone who's pissed off that I just said that. But
It's gonna be me.
No, like the movies. Oh God, it's awful. I mean, like it's the same vibe, kind of, but it makes me so mad. They freaking, spoiler alert from the movies, even though again those are also 30 years old or however long.
Are they releasing a new one? A new movie along with the game now?
Well, I don't know. Like, so they did a couple Resident Evils with the main characters, so like Claire and Leon, which you don't know, and then they did some with like Claire, Leon, Jill, Chris, which again, you don't know those people yet.
Jill.
Well, yeah, but not the video game Jill.
I know the main character.
You don't know well, no, she's one of the main characters. But that's the problem I have with the movies, because like, spoiler alert, she's like what, cloned in the movies.
It's been so long, I'm gonna have to go rewatch it.
Which is stupid. I mean, Wesker's there, which great, like whoop-de-frickin' do, but I don't know.
You want to know what I think is so interesting? What I think is so interesting is when we overlap in media, right? Whether that's a book to a TV series, or a book to a movie, or a game to a movie, right? And how passionate the communities can get over certain changes or certain things, right? I know for a really long time, I was definitely like I watched the movies, the books, meh, right? And so many people like would crash out over like, that's not what happened in the books. And for the longest time, I was like, I don't care. And then I started reading again, and I fell in love with reading again, and I am telling you, there are certain things. Don't touch my Akatar. Don't touch my fourth wing. I need these characters and the predictability when they get to the big screens. And so it's really interesting that it was something that I just didn't really understand. Speaking of character development and character growth, right, is I was like, literally I would roll my eyes so hard. I was like, oh my gosh, like, get over it. And now I'm so that person, like, I'm so invested in the fan casts right now for like some of my favorites, and everybody like posts their opinions of things. And you know, it's always really funny because what we have in our head and our personal opinion, like, they can't make every single person happy once it gets to kind of more of the mainstream and visual, right? But it's always really interesting once we kind of cross from like book into TV or movie or game, right? The way that different people's opinions either change or, you know, what hill are you willing to die on because like you fell in love with this book or you fell in love with this character.
I'm very passionate about my video games, okay?
Outside of Resident Evil, what else are you playing?
One, Dead by Daylight, Roblox. We talked about those. I tried out that Schedule 1 game, which I don't know if YouTube will like this, but it's a dealing game. You grow your own. You grow your own.
Your own garden.
Yeah. Yeah. Played that a little bit. What else am I playing? I mean, I'm kind of like I tried Diablo 4. I've been playing just random games. Like, there's not a game that I'm really like invested in too hard. It's mostly just like Dead by Daylight and Roblox on stream. And then Resident Evil 1 though. Like, I will say, even though it pisses me off and it crash out, it is very fun right now.
Yeah.
The controls are. I swear, I want to talk to whoever made the controls of that game. I just want to talk. To them. By the way, none of this, we're not sponsored. So anything we say or do here, it's not sponsored. Unless we tell you, which we're not. But do you have any final thoughts on... We kind of got off track.
Sorry, that's my fault.
We were talking about can characters truly change, and she went somewhere. She went back to the first.
What do you mean?
We
totally finished the segment.
She went back to the first.
What else do you want to say about can characters truly change?
Well,
we both said yes.
What do you guys think? Do you think they can or no? Tell us in the comments.
Absolutely can.
Next segment, game recommendations and book recommendations. You first. And I have a book recommendation. Thank you very much.
I don't have a video game recommendation. Well, maybe I do.
I was going to say, you've been playing it freaking till 5 o'clock in the morning.
Listen, okay? We are both total night owls, okay? Total night owls. So it's really funny. I would say, especially with Sarah J. Maas releasing at least a teaser that we've got more books coming, I would highly recommend you dive into the universe somewhere. How I started was I went ACOTAR first, was the original series that I was referred to. Basically because of the Bat Boys. If you guys follow my other segments, I definitely have a spicy book segment, and in the realm that I am in professionally. So if you guys want to find me over in those areas to talk more about the spicy stuff, we're going to try to keep this as family friendly, aside from swearing.
I wouldn't say family. We kind of want to keep them separate, but
let's put it this way: I get violations a lot because of what I do. So we're trying to keep that out of this space. But I got recommended ACOTAR basically because everyone was like, "You're gonna be obsessed with the Bat Boys." I had just barely gotten back into reading. This was a couple of years ago. 2023? No, it would have been 2022.
For what?
2022 that I started reading again because it was the year that Seal was born.
Was Seal born in 2022?
Mm-hmm. She's 3 this year.
Louise.
I know. Isn't that wild? Seal is one of my puppies. I have 4. And so I started with ACOTAR. I think it was kind of their way of like easing me in, especially because it wasn't as... What's the word? Throne of Glass is a really long series,
like
right?
Complex, you mean?
Well, Sarah J. Maas's world building, yeah. I still go back and reread and I still pick more things up because like I was like, oh my gosh, I completely missed that, right? So anything in her realm, I read ACOTAR first. I went the Throne of Glass route and like gutted my absolute soul out in that series. I absolutely loved it. And then I went the Crescent City route, and it took me a while. I'm going to be totally honest. It took me a while to pick up Crescent City because I had a friend who basically told me she hucked the second book across her room because of the cliffhanger that it ended on. And I don't know about you guys, but I really love finished series. I am a binge kind of girly. So I've tried really hard to stick with finished series, but then I kind of fall behind on things, and like I don't get to engage with like the fan theories and stuff, right? One of the other books that I'm completely obsessed with, You Can Call Me Basic, I literally don't care, is the Fourth Wing series. And I have notes and clips in my bookmarks. I never understood people that annotated their books and like they just had like tabs and stuff in their physical copies. I'm more of an audiobook kind of person for sure. And then I read Fourth Wing and I read Onyx Storm, and my brain was just going. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be a fan theory person now. I've got to see what's going to come about in the next book. And I think we have like 2 more years. But anyways, I'm getting off on a tangent. But anything in the Sarah J. Maas universe, I have really, really loved. I think they are great books for anybody that really wants to kind of get back into reading. And I know that there's a lot of people that it's not their thing, and that's totally fine. That's the beauty of, I think, video games and board games and books and everything kind of in this realm is there's a place for everybody and things that everybody really likes, right? Like my other channel, definitely we talk more about the dark romance and the spicy stuff, right? That's not always everybody's thing. And that's totally okay, so.
Oh my gosh, Jeremy, love me. So wait, what was your recommendation for the book? ACOTAR?
Anything in the Sarah J. Maas universe.
I was like, what were we just talking about? Do you have a game recommendation?
What, you mean the one I'm currently addicted to?
Yeah.
So I really like, at the moment, I'm super obsessed with PlateUp. It's very user-friendly for me. It was really easy to understand. I like kind of the repetitive nature of it when I just need something to kind of decompress with until I get to the parts that I start losing really bad, and then I start getting really grumpy. But
which is funny, this was my first video game recommendation on TikTok too.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. So she's over here like, I need to find a new game. I'm getting pretty bored of this. And this is like a week or 2 ago. And like every day since, she's up till 5 o'clock playing the game.
Okay, but we should, is this episode? We should talk about why I started playing video games, because that is a new evolution for me this year.
Okay, we can talk about it. Or if you want to leave that for a theme for the next one.
Well, I guess we can talk about it now, and if we want to edit it into a different one, we can, right?
Yeah, that's fine.
So, again, I have always been more of, like, the board game girl between the two of us. Like, as far as, like, the game realm went, I was way more invested in, board games. I have to be really careful because I'm very sensory sensitive. I have to change the controls a lot on a lot of video games. I don't like a lot of sound. I'm usually listening to an audiobook while I'm playing a game because I like to have something to do with my hands. Like, I'll play a game, I'll color, I'll do a puzzle, like something like that, right? But so we were having game night with 2 of our best friends, Grace and I were, and they brought out Stardew Valley as the board game. And they had said something about the fact that it was also a video game. I think the video game came first, is that correct?
Yes.
And so the board game was built around the concept of the video game. And so we played the board game and I was just like hooked. I absolutely loved it. Came home from game night, was chatting with Derek about it, and he was like, oh yeah, that's a video game. Like, do you want to play? And I was like, I don't think I'd be any good at it, but sure, like, why not?
That was her previous addiction. Now it's Play-Doh.
It was a dangerous addiction. I think I passed him way too fast. Have you even passed me now?
Funnily enough, she's gotten farther in Stardew Valley than I have. I haven't even gotten off of the main island. Mostly because I get overwhelmed and then switch games.
That's where I got to the second island and just got really overwhelmed and then crashed out.
Well, you kind of got bored of it because there wasn't really much else for you to do after that. I think you found the witch. I think you found pretty much everything. I think the only thing you're missing is like the perfection.
Yeah.
Or whatever it's called. But yeah.
I could do a whole episode on Stardew Valley.
Going to my game recommendation and book recommendation. I'm going to think of my game recommendation because I don't know yet. Book recommendation. The Demon Souls. There's a Demon Souls book. Demonic Archive is what it's called. If you guys love the Souls series, or want to get into the Souls series or even just want to know about it, or if you're a gamer wanting to get into books and want a smooth transition, Demonic Archive. It talks about the Demon Souls lore and all about it. It's an amazing book. Not sponsored. I love it. It's very fascinating. And I literally do not read books. So the fact that I'm reading it is very big. As far as game recommendation goes, on the theme since I've been playing it, Dead by Daylight. If you guys don't know what it is, it's a horror. It's a cooperative PvP horror game. So PvP, player versus player. There's 4 survivors, and the survivor's goal is to survive. Wow, surprising. Survive against the killer. So the survivor's goal, they have generators. There's 5 generators in total that you have to repair. Repairing them opens the gates. Well, not opens them, but it powers the gates so you can go and open them. If you're the last survivor left alive, there's a hatch that you can go through, which is like an auto win. But if you're the killer, you are the one who's trying to kill all of the players before they can leave. So if you guys are like, well, I don't really like a lot of horror games, like traditionally, I think Dead by Daylight is a good one because you can play with friends. Like I'm doing a lot of like custom games where one of us plays killer and then the rest of us play survivors, and we kind of just take turns. But it's a really fun game if you guys are like, well, I kind of want to play games with my friends and we're kind of getting bored of our normal games. Love it. But yeah, I think other than that, that's pretty much our main sections, or main segments. So we're going to include board games. So like obviously we're going to play board games because I mean we've done our whole channel, like YouTube and TikTok. We've done our whole channel on board games and like the matching game. We've done Wavelength, Tapple, the matching game. We've got a couple others that we need to bring out. So if you're on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, share. If you're on TikTok, like, comment, share, follow.
We follow back.
And then if you want us to follow back, just type it. But as far as this goes, let us know what you guys want to see. Let us know some main themes that you guys think would be good.
Drop us all your recommendations.
Yes,
We love it.
Let us know your segments, and also let us know your game recommendations and book recommendations, and also let us know what you're playing and if you think characters can truly change.
Tell us your favorite character growth too. Who's your favorite character growth that you've seen either in a book or in a game?
But yeah, so we will be dropping these. I think we said every Monday or Saturday or something. What did we agree on?
What did we agree on?
When we figure that out, we'll comment below.
Usually once a week we'll get something out.
We're gonna do a podcast once a week, so
we try to get a TikTok and a YouTube video out.
Yeah.
Daily.
Yep. If you guys aren't subscribed to the YouTube but you're on TikTok, go subscribe there. Again, it's the Chaos Collective. Same icon, so just look for it. And then same with YouTube, go to TikTok, Chaos Collective, same icon. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, guys.